be wise. Gonna let them know it's the inspirational power hour.
It's the Inspirational Power Hour podcast with your host, Chandra Wise. This is a weekly podcast for anybody that loves gospel music. We go behind the music by talking to the singers, the songwriters, the producers, and the community that loves and supports the genre. And every now and again, you'll hear stories and music that will uplift and encourage you. So guys, listen, this week I am talking to recording artist Slade. Slade is a singer, songwriter, producer, actor, CEO, visionary, philanthropist, and Imagineer. He's a 2-time Emmy Award winner and a 3-time Grammy-nominated artist. He ranks as a top favorite among A-listers and is often called to write, produce, and perform alongside his musical idols. From Janet Jackson to Snoop Dogg, Slade began his journey over 20 years ago and has since written and produced over 300 songs. Slade makes memorable appearances in all genres of music, and most recently compared to Prince, he also plays multiple instruments and has an unmatched vocal range. So this conversation, I get a chance to talk to Slade about his upcoming release, Out the Box 2, with the Peculiar People. Now, years ago, Slade, then going by a different name of Tone, released Out the Box 1, which was by far, still to this day, to me, one of gospel music's greatest moments. So I was incredibly excited to talk about the release of Out the Box 2. During the beginning of March 2020, before COVID-19 went rampant in the U.S., before the nationwide stay-at-home order, I got a chance to talk with Slade, and it was actually during my birthday week. So he gave me a little birthday surprise in there, and you got to make sure that you stay tuned in order to check that out. All right. So before we jump into my conversation with Slade, as always, make sure that you're following on Instagram at Chandra Wise, on Twitter at Chandra Wise, and on Facebook. Make sure to like the Inspirational Power Hour fan page. All right, guys, so let's get right into my conversation with recording artist Slade.
It's the inspirational power hour.
Hey guys, it's the Inspirational Power Hour with your host Chandra Wise, and listen, today I'm so incredibly excited. This gentleman, listen, he has so many credits to his name: singer, songwriter, producer, actor, CEO, visionary, philanthropist, Imagineer, and I'm talking about none other than the incomparable Slade. How are you, sir?
Excited, enjoying this church's chicken strip and while I'm doing this interview. I haven't had a chance to eat, so don't be mad.
No, I'm not. Listen, you would not believe how many people snack while we talk, so that's more than fine.
Okay, I don't feel so bad now.
No, not at all. So listen, you are here to share brand new music. We're talking about Slade presents the return of the Peculiar People. You have a brand new single, Nothing at All, and you gotta let's jump right into this. Tell us about this single.
Okay. The single came, I was heading to Bible class. I go to City of Refuge, Bishop Noel Jones. And as I was going to Bible class, I was getting off on the exit, Rosecrans. And when I got there, I heard the Lord say, I was telling him how much of a press it was, because it's kind of a commute to get to a church from where I'm at.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, that's great. But here's the thing. I want everything or nothing at all. I was like, ooh. He gathered me, but he didn't yell at me, but he did gather me a little bit. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then the melody came, and then I pulled up to Bible class, and so they needed someone to do a worship song until Bishop came out. So everyone was like, he's like, do you have a worship song first? And I was like, actually, I do. The Lord just gave me one.
Yeah.
So he called me up, I taught it to the musicians on the spot, taught it to the congregation on the spot. They got it, because it's such an easy song to sing. And here we are. It became a international hit single.
So, this is going to be from a full project yet to come, absolutely, right?
Yes. Out the Box 2, separation of the church and state.
So, we're talking about the Peculiar People, and of course, we remember Out the Box 1. Now, I got to tell you this, still to date, one of my favorite body of works, period.
Thank you.
And so
it's still relevant. It's still super relevant.
Absolutely. So
it stood the test of time, for sure, thank God.
Yeah. So let's talk about out the box too, and what can we expect? Is it a continuation of that feel, or will it be kind of just a reinvention of sorts?
Well, it's kind of hard to compare like Star Wars to The Empire Strikes Back because they're two epic pieces, but there was twists in The Empire Strikes Back that we didn't see in the first one. So there's a lot of twists to Out the Box too. I will say that this album is way more severe. It's a very urgent album. It's a social, political commentary on the state of the world right now and the state of the church right now. And all I can say is it's like if it's like the Quentin Tarantino of gospel albums.
Wow.
Quentin Tarantino's stuff is always super raw, super edgy. You never know what's going to happen. The most unexpected things happen in his films. Absolutely. This is truly a cinematic, severe piece. To the point that I feel like it probably should have not parental. It's just like PG because there's so much severe stuff in there, like just the sound effects. I could see it startling, smaller kids and not being able to handle all of the extremities of the audio of this album.
Wow.
Not that there's anything explicit on the album, but it is definitely severe. There's a lot of scary stuff going on in the world, so I couldn't sugarcoat it on the album. So, yeah. But there's fun stuff too.
Yeah.
For the roller skate rinks and driving and hanging out with your friends and sharing your faith with non-believers and things. But I can't lie to you and say that it's the easy record. This is very severe.
Wow.
That's the only way I can describe the record.
So that makes me look forward to it all the more. So it's definitely just sonically going to take us on an experience then, I imagine.
Yes. One of the people that works with me at the label, my label heard just the first disc and part of the second disc last night on the way to Bible class, and they were just done. Like they couldn't take it. It was just overwhelming, like in a good way. And all the songs are, the mix of the songs, just the way it sounds. One of the songs took me like 3 years to mix because it just wasn't quite right. And I've been working on it almost 7 years now. So I'm glad that it's finally about to drop because it's been hard to keep this a secret and incubate this. Even the Peculiar People like, can we please drop? We thought it was going to drop a couple years ago. I was like, God didn't give me the release yet, and it's not ready yet. And I'm glad because had I released it 2 years ago, I wouldn't have had nothing at all.
Right.
I wouldn't have had a lot of the new songs that the Lord has just recently given me.
Yeah. So you really, I don't know the correct word. I won't say unique but you have such an incredible approach to your creative expression. Is there a particular formula for that, or, how do you really just bring to life everything that you imagine? Or everything that's given to you?
Honestly, that's a good question. No one ever asked me that. I'm an Imagineer, like Walt Disney or Steven Spielberg or George Lucas. People who just create things out of nothingness that become staples for culture. I love pop culture and things that affect people. Like, honestly, even the stock market is really a reflection of, like, mass psychology. Where's the whole world thinking? What is the world thinking about? What is it that they're missing? So I basically make the albums that I wish I could buy.
Wow. And
by that, there's probably at least 1 million other people that wish they had an album like that. So as long as I stay true to what's making me, like if I don't get chills off of the work that I'm working on, then I start all over again until I feel those chills, until I feel my stomach drop, or until the tears fall. Real art should affect you, even if you don't like it. If it makes you hate it, at least it made you feel something. Oh, you don't like it? Well, did this music provoke you to not like it? Well, good. I did my job, whether you like it or not. Did you feel something?
So, yeah.
Oh, it made you angry? Okay, I'm sorry it made you angry, but it made you feel something versus just, I didn't feel nothing.
Yeah.
No. Music is supposed to inspire and provoke and make you, almost like it should be thought-provoking. It should make you reassess where you're at in life. So this album, Out the Box 2, is just really God's timing of it, just because of what's going on in the world today. Like, it's not just a matter of, I'm dropping a new album. No, we actually need this project right now in the world.
Right.
Yes.
Wow. So, all right. Because we could be here and talk
and it's
all
hard
day
to
long.
follow up the first one, too. The first one was such an amazing success and franchise that I did not want to remember, the people who heard it when they were kids, they have kids now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting to see parents and kids and grandparents all get excited about the same album. It's going to be really interesting.
So one of the things that I remember about Out the Box 1, of course, was at that time, the video that went along with it, because, of course, I had
Yes, the movie.
The movie, okay? So will we have visuals with this project as well, with Out the Box 2?
Yes, definitely. It's been difficult, though, to try to get all of the different members together because they all are solo artists or individual entities of their own and live in different cities and different states. So it's been, even as recent as 2 days ago, it's been very difficult to get everybody together at the same time. So basically, I decided that the Peculiar People will be whoever's available in whatever city at that time. And whoever fits what this album is about, and they'll learn the songs. And the album will be out, so those who want to be a part of it, they'll just learn the album, and then, as they come in, as I'm led to see who's who,
right,
they will come in and join. But that's part of the delay, trying to get visuals and everything done. There's so many members that have different careers, and it's really difficult. But we're pulling it together.
All right. Well, I know it's going to be worth waiting for, so we will definitely be on the lookout for it. Guys, listen again. I am talking to B. Slade. We're talking about the return of the Peculiar People and the album Out the Box 2. The single Nothing at All is available. Is it available now everywhere? Can
Yeah,
go ahead and
everywhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, make sure that you check that out. We're going to take a listen to it before we finish today. But I got to talk a little bit about this. So you are a 2-time Emmy winner, 3-time Grammy-nominated artist. Again, we talked about your songwriting, your producing, every skill set that you have that you engage in. But when you're talking about we were just talking about your own creative expression. How do you as a producer approach when you're working with other artists?
It's really a collaborative effort. I don't ever have them in a separate room. They're right there in the same room with me while they're recording vocals. There's no, like you see recording artists will be in a separate control booth, and there's a window, and then the engineer and the producer's on one side, and then on the opposite side, the artist is in that, cage.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's very, I don't know, it's almost like it separates the spiritual connection, and it kind of puts that person in an isolated place on the spot. So I don't have that. When I produce and work with people, I am right next to them, engineering. I have really good soundproofing so we can be in the same space without there being that separation anxiety and the pressure to perform instead of record. There's a difference. I feel like some artists can't get the best out of their albums because they feel on the spot in the studio as if they have to be perfect in the studio. That's what the studio's for. It's for you to mess up. It's for you to experiment and try things. And I can't tell you how many times people's accidents that they're like, do it over again. I'm like, actually, that mistake is the brand new hook, and it ends up the hook. Like, stuff like that happens. So my approach is not you do what I say do. It's let me find out what your strengths are, not even your weaknesses. Let me find out what you lean towards, and let me build around that. Because I'm more of a director than a producer. They're more of an actor more than an artist. I'm trying to paint the scene. And so I find that people come in here one way. When they hear themselves back, they're in tears. They're happy. They end up trying to just stalk me like, I can't work with nobody else. I have to work with you because it wasn't just that I'm the best producer in the world or anything like that, but the experience. My place is a sanctuary. They feel safe. There's no time clock up. We got to be out the studio by such and such time. We need to talk first, or we just watch some cartoons first, or just talk about current events. And as you just live and just fellowship, then, okay, here comes this melody, or here comes this idea, or write this down. And I have them write with me. I don't just tell them, you do this. We collaborate. And that's the key. That's how it ends up sounding like them and not just me telling them what to do, and it's just a replication of B. Slade. That's not a good producer.
Absolutely. And we hear that. We hear that sometimes. So I appreciate you for taking time and talking with us today about all of this. And now, where can people catch you right now? I know you're on tour with the great Miss Patti LaBelle.
Yes. Oh, my God. They can catch me actually on Snoop Dogg's album. I did 7 songs on Snoop Dogg's Bible of Love. So you can check me out on YouTube with him and on that album, which, by the way, broke the Nielsen SoundScan record for biggest gospel debut. We had 3.6 million streams the first day. So that had never happened before. So shout out to Snoop for even being led to do that. They can catch me on social media, B Slade Now, BSLADE Now. That's on Twitter. BSLADE Now on Instagram, Snapchat, and on Facebook, B Slade Fan.
All right,
and if you want to follow the Peculiar People, TPP2040. That's on all of that's the Peculiar People, TPP2040. That's on all social media.
All right, guys, listen, make sure that you go ahead, follow B Slade, follow Peculiar People, and go ahead and listen to this single, Nothing at All. And we're on the lookout for Out the Box 2. Now, when can we expect it? Do we have a date or just when it's done?
You know what? It's one of those things where God told me that when there's going to be a certain event, I still don't know what this event is. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad. I don't know.
Okay.
But he said a certain event is going to happen in the world.
Gotcha.
And when that event happens, this album will drop simultaneously. So he told me to have it already ready to press go when this thing happens.
Awesome.
So, but I do know it's this year.
Awesome.
I know it's this year.
Awesome. All right, guys, listen, we are about to take a listen to this single. Before we do, can I get you to do something for me? You know, tomorrow's my birthday.
Yes.
Tomorrow's my birthday, B Slade, and I would love a nice little happy birthday. Can I get one?
Yes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Chandra. Happy birthday to you.
My birthday is already made. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Thank you guys so much for checking out my conversation with recording artist B Slade. So make sure to check out his upcoming release, Out the Box 2. All right, as always, guys, stay safe, stay focused, stay encouraged. Continue to take every necessary precaution so that we can stop the spread of COVID-19. Guys, remember to continue to keep all of our essential workers, all of our frontline workers in our prayers during this time. All right, guys, stay focused, stay encouraged, stay safe. Have a good one, and I will see you next time.
It's the inspirational power.